everyone, it's Lee from Gnome & Backyard. Today we're going to make this really cute farmhouse heart raised tray. Really like this one, and again, pretty simple to make. What you're going to need is a heart from the Dollar Tree. I am going to use this one. However, you could actually use this heart sign if you want. And if you use this one, peel off the silver love sign, comes right off. And then you could actually use the back to paint on, but you'll have that sign to use for a later date. And this is what it looks like when it's painted. You are also going to need some rope. I just had this at my house, but Dollar Tree does sell the rope. You are going to need the woodcraft cubes to use as your feet on your tray. Some red paint. I didn't use the chalk paint, I just used the regular red acrylic paint from the Dollar Tree. And I did use white plaster chalk paint from Hobby Lobby. You're also going to need some Mod Podge. All right, let's get started. Okay, well now that our paint and Mod Podge are dry, you're going to take your rope and measure it out ahead of time, because I didn't, and then it was a little tricky cutting it in place already. So just take your rope and measure it around the outer edge of your heart, just like this, to see how much you're gonna need. And then you can cut it to the length that you need it to be. Now this rope is a little stiff, and it was a little difficult to work with when I wanted to bend it at the point here, but the Dollar Tree does have rope that's a lot softer and bends a lot easier, so if you want to try that rope, but I had this at home, so I wasn't going to spend extra money on the rope. So the first thing you're going to do, take your hot glue and just run a nice thick hot glue around the edge of your heart. Put your rope in place and just press it down nice and firm for a few seconds. And look how cute that is. So I'm going to go all the way around the heart one time. So the key is to definitely not be stingy when you're using the glue, because you really want this rope to stay on tight. And now I know you can still see the two little holes at the top that were in the original sign, but I'm leaving it that way because actually if I decide not to use it as a flat tray, I can just put some twine through there and end up hanging it on my wall. So we're gonna leave those holes. They're not very noticeable. Yeah, not a problem. So now I'm gonna take my second piece of rope that I measured. This one is probably gonna be maybe an inch longer than the first one, just to account for a little bit extra that you're gonna put right here in the center when we finish up. But all you're gonna do now is take and put a lot of hot glue on the top of your rope. And then just press your second piece nice and firm. Hold it for a second or two. And we have our second layer. Okay, so all you want to do at the very end is just put a spot of glue right here at the tip of your heart and then squeeze this together so it forms a nice little point. And we're done with the rope. Lastly, you're going to take 3 of the little wooden cubes from the Dollar Tree. I painted them red already, and they're going to be our feet for our tray. So let's put a dab of hot glue on. And I only painted 4 sides. I didn't bother painting the side that I'm going to hot glue to the heart or the side that's going to be used on the bottom. So right there, we now have our feet for our tray, and we're done. Now the reason I said don't worry about closing up these 2 little holes that are right there, if you wanted to put some twine through, like I said, and even take the silver love sign word that was on the other heart, you can always hot glue that, maybe right like this. And then you could hang this against your wall, and it won't matter if the feet are touching your wall. So it could be a sign or a tray. And I'm also thinking this would look very, very pretty if we did it in maybe the plaster chalk paint in that creamy white color. And then what if we placed our 2 candles that we made yesterday on it? I just think that would look really, really elegant and romantic. So you could do this project a lot of different ways. Well, I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you go out and try it for yourself. And please continue to sprinkle Gnome and Backyard. Have a great day.